himself is undergoing insulin injections. In olden days, that is in 50s, in India there was hardly any cardiac specialist. We did have one, Asia Best, in Bombay. In 50s I'm talking about. So he used to give us appointments 6 months in advance. So we took an appointment with him for my uncle. I was a very small boy at that time. And then when the appointed date came, we visited his chamber, but we were ushered into another chamber, not his chamber. So we asked, what about that doctor? He said, that doctor died. So my brother asked him instantly, what was the problem? He says, cardiac arrest. Heart specialist, he cannot take care of his own heart. That is our position. So this is disease. Birth, old age, disease, and finally death. None of us wants to die. Does anyone here want to die? Except, of course, those who want to commit suicide. We forget about them. Nobody wants to die. But die we will. There's no other go. I remember about 40 years back, I had a friend of mine. I just visited his office. He was in tears. He was crying. He was around 30. So when I met him, he was in tears. I said, what happened? He said, yesterday my wife died. She was 28. Oh, I'm so sorry. No, I couldn't imagine. No, there's nothing to imagine. What is there to imagine? Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityu. Anyone who has taken birth here has to go one day, wind up everything and go. Even those medical scientists keep researching, attempting at longevity. That poor chap also will have to wind up and go, leaving his research work half finished. So these are the major problems: birth, old age, disease, and death. Now, if someone can solve these problems, then the whole world will be free of problems. But unfortunately, these cannot be solved. The only solution is to turn spiritual. We have seen there are two principles of reality: material and spiritual. Our bodies are material, made of matter, organic matter, molecules. But then there is a soul, spiritual, non-chemical, non-molecular. So when the soul leaves the body becomes lifeless, inert. From this we understand, although this body is made of matter, it is a spirit soul which animates these bodies. That is the real substance. That is inside us, inside these bodies. When we say I, you, he, she, there are three constituent parts. One is gross physical body, and inside that there is a subtle body. And inside that subtle body there is a spirit soul. These three together is called you, I, he, she. How do we understand this? First of all, let me tell you, this gross body, physical body means hands, legs, eyes, ears, all this. It's called gross physical body. And within that there is a subtle body consisting of mind, intelligence, and false ego. There are three. And inside that subtle body is the spirit soul. Gross body, hands, legs, etc. Inside that subtle body, and inside the subtle body is the spirit soul. The three in one. How do we understand this again? If you buy medicine from a pharmacy, you get a small package, what we call outer carton. And inside that there is a bottle. And inside the bottle, there is a capsule. The outer carton is this gross body. The bottle is the subtle body, consisting of mind and intelligence. And that capsule is the spirit soul. These three together constitute medicine. But then the real medicine is the capsule, neither the outer package nor the bottle. Right now, our understanding is that the external package is the medicine. That is our problem. But intelligent person understands that neither the package is the medicine, nor the bottle is the medicine. The medicine is the capsule. So when we handle the medicine, when you administer medicine to somebody, because of the sweat on the palm, the outer package gets crushed, crumpled. So you throw it away. The bottle is safe, capsule is safe. Similarly, when we die, this bottle, this package, external package, that is burnt or buried. But the subtle body is still there, and the Atma, the spirit soul, is also there. Then what happens is, you put on another package onto the bottle. You can put any carton on that. Because the bottle is still there, the capsule is still there. Similarly, when this goes away, this body, you get another body and come back. And when you come back, the problem continues. Which problem? Birth, old age, disease, and death. So the problem is not solved. So-called solution to the problem, people who are assuring us since ages, it's not solved. Unless we come to this understanding that this body is not me, that understanding must be there. It is because of the false conception that I am the body, all problems start. One has to gradually come to this platform, the difference between the soul and the body. The soul is the real you, not the body. Body is only vehicle, especially the subtle body. I don't know how many of you are aware about that. When we say the world and when we say the universe, that's the difference. The world indicates this material world. When you say universe, it has got 14 planetary systems. The middle planet is called Earth, Bhu. Then above that, there are 6 heavenly planetary systems. Bhuvaha, Mahaha, Janaha, Tapaha, Satyam. And below this planet Earth, there are 7 hellish planetary systems. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala. This 14 planetary system constitute one universe. So when a person dies, if he's a pious entity, he goes upwards and enjoy in the heavenly planetary system for a few years. In fact, few hundred years. And then when the pious account merit is exhausted, he comes back to this material world. If he's a sinful entity, then he goes down to the hellish region and then comes back. In this way, we are wandering all through the universe. Just like a giant wheel, ride on a giant wheel in an amusement park. You pay 2 pounds, 3 pounds. On the Thames, near the Thames, you got a giant wheel. You go up, and then you wave your hand, and then you come down. And then you have to pay another 5 pounds to go up, but then again you come down. That is the tragedy. So we have got to overcome this. And if you do that, then you have solved your problem. Otherwise the problem persists. So theoretically, first of all, we have got to admit, although many of you right now, even though I'm explaining so much, it may not be sinking into you. But theoretically, you must admit, I'm the spirit soul, I'm not the body. The difference between the pilot and the aircraft. Right now, our leading life is on the basis that I am the aircraft. The fact is, you are actually pilot. The pilot is inside you. The body is only aircraft. So we are trying to take care of this aircraft. We are not able to distinguish the difference between the driver and the car. We are mistaking car as the driver. So what we are doing right now is to buy the best car, polish it nicely, have it clean on a regular basis, hand wash or machine wash. We are doing that on a regular basis, but we are not bothered about the driver inside. Because we mistake that car is the driver. By spending a lot of money, we may have a cage gold-plated. But if we don't feed the bird inside the cage, the bird dies. The cage may look attractive. So we are catering to the demands of the body, but not bothered about the needs of the soul. That's why we are unhappy. That's where the problem is. Because of the body only, today the whole world is suffering. The identification of the body as the self. So many religions, so many white, black, brown, all these bodies giving problem. If you are only able to see, like if you see, when I ask 5-year-old child, where do you get the light from? The child says, Swami, you can see the bulb? From there the light comes. I can understand his ignorance. But if a 50-year-old man says the same thing to me, then he must be idiot number one. Because the light comes from the electricity, not from the bulb. Bulb is merely a glass covering, diffusing media. We have got to gradually understand this aspect if you are very serious to solve your problems. That's why for the spiritualist, actually there is no problem. Because he is seeing only the electricity. He doesn't see the color of the bulb or the shape of the bulb, whether it is a tube light or this incandescent bulb or chandeliers. He is able to see the electricity working in all those bulbs. Therefore, he has no problem. That's why when we say on a day-to-day basis, we say my hands, my legs, my ears, my eyes, I hurt my finger. And when you go to your doctor, he feels your pulse and says, what's wrong with you? You say, my whole body is paining. If the whole body is your, then who are you? We don't say I head, I hand, I leg. No, we don't say that. Isn't it? My whole body you declare to the doctor. My whole body pains. If the whole body is your, who are you? Still we are unable to understand this point. Although on a daily basis we are misusing these words. Think about it. It's not the question of educated, uneducated guys, no. We have in our organization illiterate ones who have understood philosophy. I said, why do you want to join us? He's an illiterate guy. He said, because I understood I'm not the body, I'm the Atma. And I want to serve the Paramatma. He's not Oxford graduate. He's not Harvard graduate. In fact, it's difficult for the Harvard graduate to understand this. You will be surprised, about 6 to 7 years back, when I wanted to take a world trip, I went to a travel agent. He was a Christian. And I was trying to strike a bargain, get the best price for my ticket. At that time, the servant of this organization gave us a cup of tea. I said, I don't take tea. So he said, can I call for coffee? No, I said, we don't take coffee too. I said, what's wrong in not taking coffee? I said, no, I'll explain it later. We don't. It's prohibited. Then he says, well, that sounds interesting. Then while calculating the ticket, suddenly it struck him, He asked me, well, when you guys go abroad, what do you guys speak? He calls me guy. with the dramatic economic